This is a PoE splitter with 5-volt output on this model. I have a project with multiple KVMs to make it smart and whatnot. So I wanted to test the limitations of this PoE splitter. It's 100 megabits, I don't need more, and it's 5 volt and 2.5 amps. I will test it in multiple ways, with the case, without the case, only PoE power, only Ethernet idle, and like everything, there's multiple tests. So let's dig in. Hello world and welcome. First, let me explain what is a PoE splitter. PoE stands for Power over Ethernet, so you can power your access points, cameras and whatnot. But you can use this one to split out Ethernet and power separately. You can power it from your PoE switch, or if you don't have enough ports, or you don't have a switch which has PoE ports on it, you can use a PoE injector. But beware to see the limitations. Like this one has a 24 watt output, and this is rated for 15 watt output, but yeah, I pushed 17 watt and it was stable. So look at that spec. There's other specs for PoE plus, PoE plus plus, and Ubiquiti's PoE plus plus plus. That's another topic. So this model comes with 5 volt out. You can get it with 12 volts if you need, and you can get a gigabit version as well. Mostly it is used in cameras, so you don't need to get 2 wires, one the Ethernet, the second is the power, so you have only 1 wire and you split it out like this. Now let's take a look how I will test it out. So the environment is at 24 degrees Celsius plus minus half degree. Humidity is at 40 plus minus 5, and all tests are 30 minutes. So what I wanted to establish, to measure all the component temperatures which are heating up, network speed and package drops, stability of the device as itself, so from the voltage drops to amp ratings, efficiency, and I wanted to test the PoE splitter with the case and without the case. The majority of people are gonna use it with the case. I will use it without the case. All the thermal videos that I'm gonna show you will be from pulling power and Ethernet speed from iPerf 3. This is the setup. So we have our PoE splitter, which is powered by this Ubiquiti switch. The Ethernet goes to this mini PC, which is recorded on a fixed thermal camera, and we have our load. Everything between the tests are cooled down, and as I mentioned before, all the tests are 30 minutes. So for the components, I wanted to test this resistor, these diodes, this diode here, this converter, and these rectifiers. Now let's look at the test results. So these are open air, so it is without the case. On idle, yeah, almost 0.6 watts of input, 5.21, everything's good. Here's the component temperatures, the volt difference from 5 volts, megabits per second if tested on Ethernet, efficiency and output amps and watts. So just Ethernet, a little bit more consumption, but everything's cool. Almost 100 megabits, so we're fine. Temperature is great. When we start to pull half an amp on just power and power with Ethernet, the efficiency, yeah, it's below 70%, so not great, but does the job. The speed's the same, or almost the same. It was, yeah, so the same in margin of error. The temperatures look great, everything's fine. On 1 amp, the voltage drop is, yeah, in 2% from 5 amps. So that's like the ideal minimal sweet spot. The temperatures, yeah, great. I love this. On 1.5 amps, yeah, the voltage drop, yeah, there's a voltage drop. There's still some devices that can work on this, but yeah, you have to take that in your consideration. So the efficiency 70 plus minus, the temperatures still look good, and yeah, the speed is like it doesn't change. On 2 amps, the voltage drop is more, so yeah, at this point, not so good. The temperatures are close to 100 degrees, so and on 2 amps, yeah, not so much. But remember, this is without any additional airflow or whatsoever. So, and this is 30-minute test. So if there will be some airflow, maybe, yeah, 2 amps would be possible on this. On rated 2.4 amps, yeah, the voltage sag is, yeah, like it's shit, let's be honest. The efficiency, yeah, not so good. And on the diodes, yeah, like 11 degrees, and we will be at the maximum temperature. So even on open environments, the maximum 2.4 amps, not great. From this point of view, I would say I will use it at 2 amp maximum. There will be an airflow in the end. It's going to be in my home lab, so the temperatures won't be so much. So yeah, 2 amp, that would be fine, but I will need only 1. So let's look how it's in the case. I would like to thank all my subscribers, and like in the past week from the previous video, we doubled the subscriber count. So yeah, thank you very much. If you like the content, subscribe. It's gonna be more like this and about home lab, and we'll see how it grows. So yeah, thanks guys. In the case on idle, yeah, same power consumption as without the case. The temperatures, I think, were a little bit more, but yeah, mostly the same. We have a case temperature here. Good. On just Ethernet, yeah, we're still good. Same power consumption, same speed, case temperature great, 31. When we start to pull half an amp, the efficiency is 67. The temperatures are still great. Speed's good. Case temperature at 38 degrees. So we're good. At 1 amp, the voltages are great. Like still the 2% low from 5 volt, but still great. The efficiency is around 70. Still, the temperatures inside are great. The case temperatures still good. Still almost 100 megabits. On 1.5 amps, the voltage drop, you can still work with it, but depends on what you hook up to. The efficiency is still around 70. The temperatures, yeah, they almost hit 100. They're almost all of them except the rectifier are in the 90s. The speed is good. The case temperature is now at 51. So it depends where you put the case, or it has some FRL or it doesn't. But the 1.5 amp, yeah, could be possible with this. With 2 amps, the voltage drop, yeah, it's not good. Maybe still workable, but yeah, not so much. And we now hit on the diode side the maximum temperature, and only this is on 30-minute test, so don't do it for like some short things. I don't know, you need to plug some microcontroller or something, but like microcontroller on 2 amps, okay. Other temperatures are, yeah, not good. And the case is at 62 degrees. So yeah, like on 2 amps, I wouldn't use it like more than, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so. But what was interesting that the network speed, like it's the same. So we're good there. Let's go to the maximum 2.4 amps. So what do we see here? The voltage drop was below 4 volts. So sorry, you can't use it on 5 volt appliances. The efficiency is almost 60%. We overreached like almost all the components on the thermal. The internet is still fine. That was interesting. The case temperature is at 70 degrees Celsius. And what was interesting that on just power, it started to crash after 19 minutes of time. So what do I mean about crashing? So it dropped to 3.98 volts. Then it goes to 0 and back, 0 and back, 0 and back. The same goes for the when it was the power and full Ethernet, it was just 2 minutes faster, so at 17. So it's not even possible to use it at 2.4 amps, like not gonna cut it. From my perspective, when I would use this and what power I would consider what would be right. For the open case, like 1.5 amp were good on temperatures, it would be like totally fine. Like depends on your environment temperature and humidity, but here in Europe, okay, sorry, like yeah, Spain, yeah, big heat. But otherwise, yeah, 1.5 amp would be fine. If you have a good airflow, you could even use 2 amps. And for the case, when it's in the case, 1 amp would be maximum that I would use. If you need more, then yeah, maybe 1.5, but I think not. Like it's gonna melt. Like these tests are only 30 minutes, so yeah, it's not gonna be great. Like for short term, like yeah, like 30 minutes, an hour, fine, but still, no. On the conclusion side, yeah, it's a great thing when you need to power like small things your, I don't know, ESP32s, Raspberry Pis, whatever, like I'm building from, not from, but with the KVM switches. I will have two KVM switches, ESP32, a SIP, remote KVM on it, and see where it goes next. That's the project that I'm working on, like for last, I don't know, few weeks. But yeah, these are great things. So yeah, I would recommend. I was running a 12-volt version for almost a year, and yeah, it worked without any issues. I was drawing, I think it was like half an amp on it, so yeah, it worked perfectly. So yeah, I recommend like do like check all the temperature, the humidity that you're in. Don't trust the full spec, like even like in the closed environment, like it's awful, like in open ones still. And what I would recommend to test on the voltage drop, because mine 12 volts PoE splitter, yeah, it had a big voltage drop. So yeah, if it's too much, then just return it. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.